I noticed one of my view videos back maybe a year ago was about Toronto City, and people loved it, describing the pros and cons. I kind of wanted to continue the conversation as to why Toronto has such a high cost of living and can be very frustrating for newcomers. Spoiler, I hate it as well, especially in the past 10 years. The city became so unaffordable and everything became so expensive, and why is that? In today's video, let's discuss why Toronto has such a high cost of living and more. Hey, this is Antonio. I'm a local real estate agent in the GTA. I might be a little biased or numb since I've been living in Toronto for at least 2 decades. Now, at least 20 years ago, it was nowhere near what it is like in Toronto today, when things are way more affordable and accessible. Let's not waste time and get to the first factor as to what makes Toronto so expensive with such a high cost of living. First of all, economic growth and opportunities. Toronto is the financial and economic hub of Canada, with a strong job market and numerous opportunities across various industries. The city's robust economy attracts businesses and professionals, leading to increased demand for housing and services. Well, let's start with the numbers. In 2017, Toronto tech firms offer almost 30,000 jobs, surpassing the combined number of tech hotspots like the San Francisco Bay Area, Seattle, and Washington, D.C. It's no surprise then that Toronto ranked as the 3rd largest center for information and communications technology in North America, trailing only behind New York and Silicon Valley. The Branham Group said 36% of the country's top technology firms, a total of 90 companies, are headquartered in the Greater Toronto Area, which includes Toronto, the regions of Peel to the west, York to the north, and Durham to the east. 47 are based in Toronto, while 29 are in York region, which includes the city of Richmond Hill and Markham. The GTA has over 13,000 ICT companies with over 200,000 employees, generating over $52 billion in revenues annually. It is now North America's 3rd largest center for information communication and technology, surpassing Chicago, Boston, and Los Angeles, with continued growth expected for a foreseeable future. Toronto, Canada's commercial and financial hub, is a major player in the global financial landscape. It hosts the Toronto Stock Exchange, the TSX, the 3rd largest stock exchange in the America and 9th largest worldwide. Of course, this is as of January 31st of 2015. According to the 2020 Global Financial Centers Index, Toronto ranks 31st in global financial competitiveness, placing it as the 3rd most competitive financial center in Canada. The financial services sector, encompassing banks and insurance companies, contribute around 20% to Toronto's economy. The city has been a pioneer in the financial world, being the first in North America to adopt decimal pricing and implement a fully computerized trading system. Additionally, the world's first exchange-traded fund, the ETF, was listed on the TSX in 1990. The TSX holds the title of the world's largest exchange for the mining, oil, and gas industry, and is leader in clean tech listings. Moreover, it ranks 2nd in North America for the number of technology companies listed. Toronto Financial Center is experiencing a rapid growth, making it the fastest growing in North America and the 2nd largest on the continent, following New York and Chicago. The city employs 2,000 and 5,000 staff in Canada's largest banks and brokerages. Toronto plays a significant role in Canada's film and television industry thanks to its lower production costs compared to other locations. The city streets and iconic landmarks often stand in for American cities like Chicago and New York in various films. With its diverse setting and neighborhoods, Toronto offers a wide range of locations for shooting. The film and television office in Toronto further supports and facilitates production activities in the city. Toronto's economy heavily relies on real estate and construction, with a significant presence of renowned commercial and residential developers, construction firms, engineering companies, and architectural firms. In fact, in 2016, real estate and construction directly contribute 18% to Toronto's economy. Prominent players in the commercial property development and management sector sector include companies like Brookfield Properties, Oxford Properties, and Cadillac Fairview. Additionally, Toronto boasts a thriving condominium construction industry, solidifying its position as a major North American hub for multi-unit residential construction. In short, combined with technology, finance, media, and entertainment, real estate, and to a certain extent tourism, this high demand drives up prices. Number 2, population growth and limited housing supply. Toronto has experienced significant population growth in recent years, both through natural growth and immigration. If you follow this channel, you must have heard it numerous times, and I just don't want to sound like a broken record. But obviously, Toronto housing market has struggled to keep up with this rapid population increase, resulting in a limited housing supply relative to demand. As an active real estate agent who worked with many renters in the city, especially newcomers and students, I can say for many that it is a big struggle to get a place to rent. Again, I also mentioned in the past, new listing or active listings in the real estate market in Toronto is also in a historic low number. No wonder with the scarcity of the available housing options drives prices higher. Number 3, foreign investment. Toronto attracts substantial foreign investment, particularly in real estate. Foreign buyers, especially from countries with strong economies, view Toronto as a safe and stable market for property investments. When you factor in the past 45 years, you can see that the average prices were only going up, and especially in the past 10 years, they were actually experiencing the world's fastest increases. Number 4, urbanization and desirability. Toronto is a vibrant and culturally diverse city with a high quality of life. It offers a wide range of amenities, including world-class restaurants, entertainment, and educational institutions. And this is also why Toronto attracts many foreigners as well. If you are Japanese, there is a Japanese town. If you are Korean, there are multiple Korean towns in the GTA. If you are Chinese, you are well covered. How about South Americans, such as Mexicans, Colombians, and Venezuelans? Of course, you are well covered. How about Africans, Europeans, etc.? Bottom line, this is by far the most diverse city in the world. If you are homesick, this should be the best place you could be outside of where you came from. Another big reason why Toronto is so desirable is due to its popular schools, colleges, and universities. The education sector forms a substantial part of Canada's service industry. It generates revenue through tuition fees, government funding, and research grants, contributing to the overall economy. This has a trickle effect, leading to increased demand for housing and driving up prices. And lastly, number 5, government policies. Certain government policies and regulations can greatly impact housing affordability. I can just name a few examples like the zoning restrictions. Zoning regulations that limit the density of housing can restrict the supply of available units. For example, if certain areas are zoned exclusively for single-family homes or low-rise buildings, it can limit the construction of higher density housing options like apartment buildings or townhouses. These restrictions on density reduces the overall housing supply, driving up prices due to increased competition among buyers. Another example is the land restriction. Zoning regulations may designate specific areas for particular land uses, such as residential, commercial, or industrial. If residential land is limited by zoning restrictions, it can increase competition for available residential lots, driving up land prices and subsequently affecting housing affordability, leading to higher housing costs. Zoning regulations often come with development requirements such as setbacks, rules, parking space provisions, or architectural design standards. While these requirements serve important purposes, they can increase development costs. Developers may pass on these costs to the home buyers, leading again to higher price for newly constructed housing units. These higher costs can make housing less affordable for prospective buyers. Speaking of development costs, the lengthy approval process in Toronto often involves lengthy approval process that can delay or discourage development. Delays in obtaining permits or rezoning approval can increase costs for developers, which may be passed on to the home buyers. The extended timeline can also limit the pace of housing construction, aggravate supply shortages, and drive up prices. I do believe there might be more reason as to why Toronto became so expensive and unaffordable over the last decade. But at the end of the day, when a city becomes the focal point for many destinations as simple as demand, higher costs are kind of inevitable. It's important to note that while Toronto may be expensive compared to other Canadian cities, it is still more affordable than some other global cities like New York, London, or even Tokyo. Next time you meet friends or have a conversation with someone, when they approach you and start asking you why Toronto is so expensive and has such a high cost of living, I hope this video can help you explain. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel. And also, if you need to talk to someone who can help you navigate the real estate market in the GTA, don't hesitate to contact me using my contact information in the description below. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.